Okay, guys, can you see my screen? Hello. Okay. So, in today's topic, we will see tools and techniques which we are using in cyber security in offensive and defensive. Okay. Okay, I think slide is missing here. Okay, let me explain that. Okay, guys. When we are talking about the cyber security, so majority of you always think about the tool, right? Maybe Bob Suit, Nessus, YSR, Hydra. We have lots of tools available in cybersecurity. But if I ask to you, what is a tool? Can you explain? Anyone? Yeah, that's the example of tool. But what actually is a tool in cybersecurity?
So tools are platform in which we can perform our task or practice efficiently or accurately.
Okay. So basically, Ashutosh, tools are okay. Ashutosh, you are saying that tools are software used for a particular task to be completed. Yes. So basically, we have two things in cybersecurity. The first thing is tool, then techniques. Okay. So what is tool? So tool may be your software as well as hardware. Okay. I hope that some of you heard about the word Flipper Zero. So that is a device, a physical device. We usually use that device in IoT security. Okay. So tools are the software as well as hardware, which basically we use for doing a specific task. But what is a technique? So we can say that technique is you can say that technique is a flow chart or a process uh, which we are implementing to fulfill our requirement. For example, if I will tell you that okay, we have to do network monitoring. So once the first approach, we are selecting a tool for that, maybe YSR. The techniques method used to carry out that in simple. Okay. Now YSR is a tool, and we are using that tool for our network monitoring, right? So, what is technique? Technique in the sense we have to do network monitoring and fulfill our requirement. So, the process of doing this in YSAC, it is not like that we will find our final report. We will find a output there, but the report we have to create it by our techniques. So, basically, these are tools and technique in cyber security. So, first we will see some of the techniques, okay, and then we will go for the tools. So as in today's session, I'm going with the basic, and from basic, or you can say that intermediate level. So I want that all of you please participate in conversation. Otherwise, what I will do, I will just read the slide. Some of you will get something, and some of you will just listen to me. Okay. So if it if the session will be interactive session, so all of us can gain some knowledge. First point, we have malware. Anyone can say what is a malware?
Malicious software used for accessing the system of anything we need to hack.
Okay.
Malware is
So
one type of malicious software. It enters in our systems by loophole.
okay, so on a like core level, we can say that malware is nothing but a malicious software or malicious piece of code. In most simple way, malicious piece of code. Because look, software have a architecture, but when it comes to malware, we have some malware which have architecture and some malware which don't have any architecture. So we cannot directly say malware is a software, but usually we follow this term. Malware is nothing but a malicious software. Okay. As you are in cyber security and you need to go with the basics, so keep this point in mind. This is nothing but a malicious piece of code. Now, look, when we are talking about malicious piece of code, so what is malicious in the code? The same maybe malware is written in some script like you can say Python. Okay, with the help of Python, you can write some script. Anyhow, we are using some scripts in our system which may have done by Python. So what is the core difference? So the core difference directly came from our CIA thread. Any piece of code which break the CIA thread is malicious code, right? So if we have something like that, some program, some software, some code that will break, that is able to break our CIA thread, so we can say that that is a malicious piece of code or malware. In malware, we have different things like virus, worms, trojans, spyware, ransomware. Okay, we have number of things in malware. Then this question is very important in interview point of okay, maximum like maximum interview or maximum job role when you are going for as a fresher. So they will ask this question: what is a virus and what is a worm and what is the difference between virus and a worm? Okay, so a virus is a malicious code that attach itself to a host application. The host application must be executed to run, and the malicious code executed when the host application is executed. Where the worm is a self-replicating malware that travels throughout a network without the assistance of a host application or user interaction. A worm is resides in memory and can use different transport protocol to travel over the network. Okay, so let's understand what is a virus and then what is a worm. Okay, so virus is some malicious code which attach itself to a application or on very basically to a process. Okay, look, we have we have some permissions, right? Read, write, execute. We have these three type of permission in our system. Now everything or every whatever you are doing in your system, everything must create a process. Okay, and we have a proper process life cycle. It's it's happen in a fraction of seconds. Suppose you have pressed alt F4 for example in your system. So what will happen? You can say that interface will appear and you will get the option for shutdown. You just press alt and F4, but in background there are a lot of processes happens. Okay, now what a virus will do, virus will attach itself to a process. So when you are executing that process, automatically virus will be executed. Okay, whereas worm is something who, like if I have sent you a virus, but if that virus is attached with a non-executable folder, so this is so that will become just a dot file. Okay, a virus can do nothing there. But in case of worm, what worm will be do? Worm will be like it will navigate into your system and find a proper place. Then just 4 and 5 point, like keep it in your mind so that in interview, if interviewer asks you about what is the difference between virus and worm, so you can give a proper answer. You can take snap of this or you can find the things on internet. Okay. Then we have something known as logic bomb. Can anyone explain what is a logic bomb?
A predetermined code, malicious code.
Hmm. Okay, so basically you can use predetermined or it is like it is a code with some malicious intention and it is saved into your system. But in case of virus and worm, you find that we don't have a time bracket for the virus or for the worm. They may execute anytime, okay, or with some action. But in case of logic bomb, there is a proper set of, or you can say proper series of processes there for in case of logic bomb. On a simple example, suppose you guys are part of Infotact and some of you have access of main servers and all. So what you will do, you have a doubt that maybe in future I will be terminated or maybe there will be some practice with me, something like that. So what you will do, you will create a program. That program state that whenever your ID will be deleted from our server will be crashed. So that is a logic prompt. You have set a logic. When this will happen, then our whatever code is there that will be executed. So these all are techniques. Okay. Then we have something known as backdoors. Backdoor simply means like another way of accessing the system. Okay. Like we have a proper system, like you are going with your mobile number, doing the login, giving your password, OTP verification, everything you are doing, and you are getting access. But in backdoor, you have a specific place or a specific URL, a specific keyword. With the help of that, you are getting the access. Now, the backdoor sometimes it is created by development team only, like while production. But anyhow, if in quality check it will be there, so attacker can take advantage of this backdoor. Then we have Trojans. It is very famous in cyber security. There is a story behind Trojan. Do anyone know that story?
Mm, Actually, I heard about it. There is in a war, uh, some people gifted a horse to the enemy section. In
Hmm.
that horse, there is the soldiers. Then they come. They do the war after sleep like that, like a back door.
Yeah. So
It's like
actually
beneficial.
the story. Let me explain. This story belongs to some Greek.
That
uh,
story, in that story, the enemies left a wooden horse. So the people of Troy think that that's a gift and brought it into inside their walls. And inside that, the enemy were hiding. And at the night, they escaped. And uh, attack the city. That's why it's called.
Uh, so basically, that was a house gifted to the king, and like the fort was very secure, the area was very secure. So the soldiers were hidden in the horse, and when the horse entered into city, they have done their work. So the same thing in cyber security you need to understand. Your entire system is something like a city or like a you can say that fort. Okay. Now your city or whatever the gates you have created, you have checkpoint. You are all allowing only legitimate people. Okay, or legitimate goods. But we are doing the same thing. We are hiding our malicious code under a legitimate program so that our system will confuse. System will check. Okay, this is perfect thing. In the box of mango, there is a bomb. Right. So Trojan is something like that. Now then we have RAT, the remote access Trojan. It is also a type of malware. Okay. It basically provides the C2 control. Okay. Let's go with definition. RAT is a type of malware that allow attacker to take control of system from a remote location. It often deliver via drive-by downloads. Some rats automatically collect and lock keystroke, username, password. Simple, you can say that it is something like your device is controlled. Your device is controlled by someone from another location. Okay, as the name suggests, remote access Trojan. What are the key points in remote access Trojan? The device must be connected to the network. Okay. Also, this is very dangerous but very hard to implement. If you want to go with this technique, right? So you have to bypass different layer of security and all. Then we have ransomware. It's usually people doing this for money only. In this, what they will do, they will lock your device or your some data. Okay, they will encrypt that and they will ask money for that decryption key or for unlocking that. Okay. Then we have key loggers. These all are basic things. Okay, anyone of you have done some fun with keylogger?
No, sir.
Anyone of you have created any keylogger? Yeah. So what you have done with that keylogger? हाँ वो की स्ट्रोक सेव करता है जो भी है उसको मेल पे या फिर जैसे भी अपना सेट करो भेज देता है. Actually, this is a very easy thing. Okay, for fun also you can do this, but like don't go with any malicious practice. So in keylogger, basically what is there? Whatever you are typing in your keyboard. Yeah, nowadays Python is good for this kind of tricks. Okay, whatever people will write on keyboard, it will send it to you. Then we have spyware. Now, spyware and adware, these two are widely used in nowadays browser. Okay. So let's see what is spyware. It is a software installed on user system without their awareness or consent. Spyware takes some level of control over the user's computer to learn information and send this information to a third party. Basically, spyware is something. Okay, this is a technique you can implement anywhere, but nowadays where this spyware is being used, basically you will find in your browser. If you are using a Chrome browser, okay, then you can say that there must be one or two spyware and adware in your browser only. So how the spyware work? First, they are not going to take your consent. It means they will hide their self under a legitimate program or downloadable file, or you can say that we are using extensions in that extensions also. So they will monitor your activity. It is not like that they are going to monitor all the activity. So they are going to monitor your some activity. Okay, according to that activity, and now a question is there: why spyware and adware are used widely? Because of advertisement company only. Okay, because of the businesses. There, let's do a case study. Nowadays, all of you are learning cybersecurity. In your Instagram feed or your Facebook feed, you are seeing that lots of ads related to cybersecurity course, cybersecurity tools, cybersecurity programs, universities. These things are coming into your feed. Can you say how?
So
Some
basically,
applications.
companies like Google and all tracking our search history and all, and with that information, they are suggesting ads and selling their data to other companies. Yeah.
Okay, you are correct. We have spywares for that. We have cookies. We have some specific application who take access of your few activity. Okay. Also, you are giving your detail on random places. Hmm. So let's go with very beginning to advance to understand. I'm giving little bit extra time to this topic because this is important for all of us to understand. When you are going for a shopping in a shopping mall, so they are asking for your mobile number, right? You can take example of any shopping mall, any shopping complex, even if some marts are there, grocery markets are there, they will also ask for your mobile number. So the question is what they have business with our mobile number, what they will do with our mobile number. So the thing is, it's not only the mobile number, it's what your name, mobile number, and your purchases, whatever you have buy from the shop, that detail. With that detail only, they will directly sell to the data to a third party. Yeah, SMS and ads are common things. If they are sending SMS, okay, so we can say that for promotional purpose. But the thing is not only related to promotional purpose. They are selling your data. Okay. And in dark web, you can find that in like from if you start from 300, you will find a specific data of a specific location. Okay. And if you are able to give 10,000 rupees, you are going to get all over India data. Okay. In 10,000 only. So the data is being collected there only. Suppose a person is there who is regularly buying a coffee from Starbucks. So business can assume that this person have potential to spend. Okay. So this is the basic thing. That is also a spyware. The cashier who is doing your bill, so he's working as a spy for a third party. Okay. In your browser or in your system, you have different application. Google is not going to directly sell the data. Google have the compliance and the laws, right? Google is storing your data, but directly he is not going to sell. So Google have their own ad search engine, so they will use the data for their ad. But when it comes to the local, so you have some keyboard application. Okay, so you can say that that keyboard application are nothing but a keylogger only. That keyboard application is collecting your data. Have you ever noticed why UPI, when you are doing UPI payment, so when you are doing the payment for your UPI pin, a specific keyboard is there in mobile also. It is not your usual Google keyboard or any other keyboard, because company know, UPI know, like this keyboard is not safe. Then adware, so in spyware, what they are doing in system. So on basic level, you have physically people asking for your detail. On digital level, suppose you have visited on a website, so just a pop-up, you see that, okay, you need to give your mobile number. For what purpose? For nothing, but you need to give. On every website, you have some cookies option. Even you are getting suggestion of different extensions for your Google Chrome. So that all are related to a whole ecosystem. And spyware is also a part of ecosystem. Anyhow, it want to see what you are doing. Then what is a adware? Spyware is getting your data and send it to some location for processing. After the processing, that data will become information and used for different purpose. But what adware will do? Suppose the company don't have your proper data, then also company want to show you relatable ad. For that purpose, they are using adware. Adware usually the same method. The main, you can say that if you are in browser, so your extensions, and if you are not using browser, you are directly using as your system. So it may be some uh, application, or you can say that some application you have download from unauthorized sources. Okay, so the adware will monitor you and show you the real time that real time ad. Okay, you have visited some food website, or you are looking some food related video on YouTube, just you got a pop-up message from Swiggy. So this is something happens from adware. Then we have bots and botnet. Okay, so one thing I forgot, let me explain that also. The prevention method from virus, worm. Okay, for these two, what can you do? Your firewall IDS IPS. This thing will protect from virus and worm. For logic worm, backdoors. Okay, for this you need to go for unit testing, proper software testing, and you can say that a proper vulnerability assessment. From that process, this will be excluded. For Trojan and remote access Trojan, ransomware, keylogger, you need to implement proper firewall. Okay. For spyware and adware, it is recommended that don't click on uh, any link, like a link you from any unusual sources or unidentified sources. Don't click on that. Also, don't rely on extension. Sometimes they are useful, but what they are hiding, we don't know. So only use necessary extensions. Also, what I will suggest in browser, don't use any kind of extension. If you are using any IDE, okay, in that you can use. Now we have something like bot and botnets. Bot are software robots used for malicious purpose. A botnet is a combination of the word robot and network. Let's see. Bot is something like, yeah, perfect word is software robot only. Okay. Suppose you are using your laptop. So you have your address, IP address, everything. You are a legitimate user for internet, right? But what I have done, I have taken few access. Okay, maybe for example, I have taken your browser access. So at this moment, your browser will work as a bot for me. This is one example. Another way, we are creating different logical system for malicious purpose. That is basically bots. Botnet, you can say that a group of bot. Okay, so it includes multiple computers that act as a software robot and function together in a network. Basically, we use botnet for DOS and DDoS purpose. Basically, for DDoS, if you are using botnet, it's a DDoS. DDoS is some less distributed denial of service attack. It affects to our integrity part. Now we have a basic case study. The Mirani botnet launched an attack on October 2016 against domain name system server. It included about 1 lakh simple devices such as digital camera and printer. So this is a case study. You can mark this word and read it on internet. Okay. Then we have something rootkit. Okay, so question is how we will prevent our system from botnet. Anyone from you wants to answer? How we are going to prevent our system from botnet?
Stop using unauthorized softwares from untrusted websites.
So first thing what we will do, we will we are not going for any unauthorized or unidentified URL sources. Okay, this is from user side. From server side, we have something like CAPTCHA. So CAPTCHA, it is very effective to identify the bots. Okay. Then we have rootkit. A rootkit is a group of programs that hides the fact that the system has been infected. In every system, we have something known as registry. Okay. Whatever the services will be there, so they will be saved in logs as well as entered in the registry folder. Okay. But rootkit is something who is going to delete the logs only. So for finding rootkit, we have to go with the registry and we have to inspect registry properly. Okay. It is very dangerous because it is not going to create any unusual log. It can modify internal operating system process such as file registry, remove administration access. So these all are. After that, okay. And the biggest threat of nowadays computing system is social engineering. Okay, because there is a line in cybersecurity that we don't have any security patch for stupidity. And social engineering is something like hacking the humans or human hacking. So in social engineering, what we are doing, we are tricking people. We are not directly doing any malicious practice. Instead of that, we are using the legitimate tool only for trick the people. Like email service. Email is well-known service. Google is providing Gmail service, right? In that email service only, we have created a format of some something looks as legitimate, and in that we are hiding our malicious intention. So that is social engineering. Okay. Then we have shoulder surfing. Nowadays, in system, you are not going to find that. But then also, if it is there, let's see. It's simple looking over the shoulder or something. I'm explaining with the example. In metro, you usually find that there is a system for entering, like you have to punch your metro card or you have to punch your metro ticket. That card or that ticket is valid for a single person. But what if two persons are uh, going on a single ticket? They have punched, the gate is open, and they two pass the gate at same time. So in, you can say that in computer network, shoulder surfing is was common when on a single session multiple users are multiple users are connecting to the server. Okay, so that is something shoulder surfing. And dumpster driving, it is a practice of searching through trash or recycled containers. It is basically a trick used by our hackers where they purchase some old devices and they will find some information from the hard disk and from the storage of that device. Okay, now let's see some kind of attack. Okay, I don't think this is very important. Let me see what is there. Okay, a quiz is there, so we'll do that quiz. Now we have some special attack related to social engineering like spam phishing, spear phishing, and whaling phishing. Okay, before going to that, just few questions for you guys. So, can you say that a social engineering is a cyber crime?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, social engineering is a cyber crime.
Definitely.
We
And
can
what is
definitely not say that the cybercrime, but the influencers are also social engineering as that's also there in a way. I think we can
okay? So
completely rule out that it's illegal. Social engineering is illegal.
okay, anyhow, if you are tricking someone, that is also illegal. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
is also a
yeah.
malicious.
That part is illegal. I agree with that. That part is illegal. But there are also people who are influencing others to look upon specific products or something like there is a market for that, right?
Hmm,
Yeah, that can be also considered as social engineering, right?
okay. So those who are saying that social engineering is a cyber crime, you are absolutely wrong. Social engineering or any kind of tricks what you are using, it will not consider as cyber crime in courtroom because of some reason. Let me explain the reason. So the first thing is we have a IT Act and the normal our proper CRPC and IPC. So I think the Article 420 is there for the fraud one. So what happens? Anyhow, if you are tricking someone, like a physical scam, you can say that I came to you, I promised you that just join my WhatsApp group, I will give you 1,000 rupees. What you need to do, you need to click on this link. In this scenario, I will be considered as a fraud, not as a cyber criminal, because I didn't did anything uh, malicious in computer system. Okay, I am using my intelligence to trick people. So that is a fraud. So what is a cyber crime? Until unless you are not altering any service or system, it will not considered as a cyber crime. Okay, or alter is not a correct word. You can say that alter or monitor all. Even if you are using Wireshark and monitoring the network, so that will also be considered as a cyber crime. Okay, because on that point, without the consent of other, you are looking into other data, right? But if I will send them a mail that just give your Amazon ID and password and won 5,000 coupon voucher, something like that, in that condition, it is a case of fraud. because I have used Gmail in a proper manner. What are the regulations for Gmail to use? There's nothing written in Gmail logbook that you cannot send a advertisement. You can send a advertisement. So that is my advertisement. Okay, that business is wrong. So that is a business related to fraud. But I didn't alter anything in technology. Got my point? Hello. Yeah, got my point. Okay. Okay. So let me continue. So in social engineering also we have something phishing. Okay. Now phishing as it is a part of social engineering, but then also it may consider as a cyber crime because here what we are doing, we are using technology to trick people or to create replicas. Okay. So we have phishing website, phishing emails. So phishing is something like it is a practice of sending email to user. Okay, so I didn't explain spam. Spam, it is an unwanted or unsolicited email and include malicious link, malicious code, or malicious attachment. Criminals use a variety of methods to collect email address. Okay, so spam is something I have sent you some malicious thing over the email. Okay. Yeah, they are pretending they are trustworthy, but they are not. In phishing, what we are doing, it is a practice of sending emails to user. Uh, okay, as this slide is in context of email, so you can just understand it is not only about email. On other platform also, we can use this. This is a practice of sending email to user with the purpose of tricking them into revealing personal information or clicking on a link. Okay. Then spear phishing, it is a part of phishing where it is a targeted form of phishing. Yeah. Instead of sending email out of everyone, what we are doing, we are identifying our group, our target group. Okay. So that is spear phishing. Okay. In phishing, we are just doing random mails. In spear phishing, let me explain with an example. Okay. Suppose I have sent a phishing email with Amazon voucher or some offer like this to everyone who is in my contact. Okay, so that is a phishing. But now I want to scam people with a course, or you can say that suppose in cyber security we have CH examination. I have sent you a mail that in 10,000 only I will provide you a CES certificate. Okay, so what I will do, who are in my contact, who like student like you guys, so I will target to a specific group of people. So that is spear phishing. Okay. After that we have whaling. Whaling is like identifying the person who have you can say that high level access or the people who are on high level executive positions. Okay, like CEO, CMO, CFO. Then we phishing. It is like short for voice phishing. Okay, basically the fraud calls. Okay, so here we have a simple quiz. Let's see what you guys understood. The question is the Marvin Moran Memorial Hospital recently suffered a serious attack. The attacker notified management personnel that they encrypt a significant amount of data on the hospital servers and it would remain encrypted until the management paid a healthy sum to the attackers. Which of the following identify the most likely threat attacks, a threat actor in this attack?
Ransomware.
Hmm. Yeah. So it is like a ransomware. Okay. In question two, okay, ransomware is the correct answer. Okay, doctor installed the code designed to enable his account automatically if he ever lost his job. Okay, read the second question. Okay, logic bomb, correct answer. Now go with the third and fourth. First, we will go with the third. Lisa recently developed an application for the human resource department. Personal use this Personals use this application to store and manage employee data, including PAE. She programmed in the ability to access this application with a username password that only she knows, so that she can perform remote maintenance on the application if necessary. Which of the following does this describe? Yeah, correct. Backdoor. The same question is repeated. Go with this question. While cleaning out his digs, Bart throws several paper containing PIA into the recycle bin. Which type of attack can be exploited this section? Dumpster diving, correct?
Dumpster dive. Dumpster dive.
Hmm. Correct, guys. Your organization recently suffered a loss from malware that wasn't previously known by any trusted sources. Which of the following best describe this attack?
That's
Okay,
a
I
zero
hope.
dive.
Yeah, zero
That's a
day.
zero dive.
Correct. And the last question.
Hmm. That's a whale.
Whaling, correct. Okay. So let's see some more tech. Okay, some more tricks of cyber security, or you can say that some more practices of cyber security. We have a attack known as MITM or man in the middle attack. Okay, in this kind of attack, what will be there? So we have a client and a server, right? We have a client and a server. When this is our client, this is our server. Whenever we are trying to communicate, so what happens? There must be a communication path. Like first, client will send a exchange key. No, not exactly. We are using this for MITM, but let's understand the process, or the, you can say, the core of MITM. So there must be a session from server to client and client to server. Now what the attacker will do? Attacker will capture the session from server side and pretend as a server to client, and capture the session from client side and pretend as a client to server. Okay. Now he may alter the things on his side, but the server will think I am communicating with the client, and client will think I am communicating with the server. Okay. So there is a, you can say that a man, he's in middle of proper client server communication. So this is man in the middle attack. Okay. Then we have some famous password attack like brute force dictionary, password hashes, and pasta hash attack. Okay, in brute force attack, what we are doing? We are attempting uh, a random passwords. Okay, suppose you have OTP. So it suppose you have 4-digit password or OTP anything. So it is something start from 0000 and end on 9999. Between these numbers, there must be a correct number, right? So if we will implement everything, or if we will check every password one by one, so that is a brute force attack. For prevention of brute force, we have different methods. The famous thing is rate limit. Then a dictionary attack. A dictionary attack is one of the original password attack. It is a dictionary of words. Okay. Basically, what we will do, we have two things. We have predefined dictionary and we are defining dictionary. Now, suppose Rahul is there. So, if I have Rahul's number and other detail, simply I can say that Rahul has somewhere put the password as Rahul at the rate 1234. Okay. So in first method where we have proper dictionary, we have all common password. So that is known as word list. In second method, we are using some tools, okay, to guess the password and create a dictionary specific for the person. Okay, now if I have Rahul's mobile number, so I can assume that the password must be Rahul at the first digit of mobile number. Okay, so these are the common. We have different tools for creating the word list for a specific person. Okay, then password hash. Most systems don't store the actual password for the account. Instead of they store a hash of password. Hash attack the hash of a password instead of the hash. Okay, in hash attack the hash of the password instead of the password. Unfortunately, tools are available to discover many hash password. Okay, what happens in hash the password? For example, I am into someone's system. So for security person, system is not going to save my data in form of direct word. So system is generating and hash and storing the hash. So we have two things. First thing, we have proper hash list. Okay, for a specific one. Also, if we will understand the type of the method of hashing, we can decode the hash. Okay, then pass the hash attack. The attacker discovers the hash of the user's password and then use it to log on onto the system as the user. Any authentication protocol that passes the hash over the network and in an encrypted format. Okay, what we are doing? Suppose you have entered your password. That password must went through your network in a hash form. We are capturing the hash and trying to figure out your password. Okay. Then we have replay attack. It is something like man in the middle attack, but there is a key difference. In replay attack is one where an attacker replaces data that was already part of a communication session. In replay attack, a third party attempts to impersonate a client that is involved in the original session. Replay attacks can occur on both wired and wireless networks. Okay. Now, in this case, what the attacker is doing, like in MITM, attacker is creating communication with the sender and with the server, right? The client and server both. But here, he's stealing the sender ID. It is not man in the middle attacker. In man in the middle, attacker act like as a server and as a client. But here, attacker is acting like a client only. Just simple way. Attacker anyhow managed to steal the session ID and created the same session. Okay. Now whatever the response server has created for a specific session ID, anyhow server is going to send to both. Okay. So by this method, the attacker will see what the client is doing. Then we have some tools, some famous tools like Wireshark for like you can say that monitoring purpose. Okay. We have Wireshark. Then we have Nmap. Okay, anyone of you who don't know what is Wireshark? Okay, so in practical session, I will try to cover this topic. Topic. Just I am explaining. Wireshark basically we use for network monitoring. Okay, Nmap. We have Nmap in Linux, and in Windows you can find the graphical version, the GenMap. Nmap basically it is a network mapper. We use this to scan our network. Okay. Then we have Bubsuit. Okay, so Bubsuit is a proxy tool basically used for web application security. Okay, so this is all. For tools, I will create one dedicated session. In that, I will explain all the tool and try to do the practical one also. Okay, now if you guys have any doubt, just you can ask now. Okay, so I have some doubt. I'm asking few questions from you. Sahil, are you there? Sahil? Okay, Deep Shaha, are you there? Aditya Datta? Alan? Disha Gira? Aditya, you can unmute. Okay. Okay, if you guys are there, just unmute and say yes, sir. Okay, mic is not working.
Sir, will you repeat sir names? Sir, will you repeat
Yes,
once,
sir.
sir? Once more, sir. The name, sir.
Okay, I don't have any list of name. I'm just randomly asking some name. Okay. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
Rahul, a simple question for you only.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so I have just called you and said
Yes, sir.
you I am from Odisha police and there is a police complaint against you and
Yes,
you
sir.
need to give me 1,000 rupee. If you don't want that, FIR will be written against
Well
you.
done, yes,
So
sir.
what kind?
Okay.
So it is a cyber attack or not?
So it is not a kind of cyber. Yes, sir, it can be, sir, but it specifically comes under, sir, spear phishing, sir. Where he is trying to phishing me as a victim, sir.
No. So if you will go to police station and complaints against me, so it is a cyber crime or not? What they will do? They will
No,
So
sir.
consider.
it is a cyber crime if it is not lodged on there.
Actually, it is not a cyber crime. That's what I am explaining in the session.
Yes,
It
sir.
is a
Correct.
Okay.
it is a fraud.
This, oh
It's
God.
a fraud. It's a fraud, and it's also considered can be considered as extortion or something.
Yeah. So we have lots of act for this, but this is not a cyber crime. That you need to understand. Okay.
Okay, sir. What kind of a fraud it comes, sir? In MIT
Uh,
framework, sir.
what kind of fraud means fraud? Like there is no any specific uh, grouping of fraud. It will consider as a fraud where I have tricked you for the money only. Now, if I
Okay.
will impersonate of any specific police officer or an organization, so they have their own guidelines what they will do with me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
As I have named Odisha police, so Odisha police may also file a defamation case. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So lots of things happens may happen to me in this case, but I am safe in IT Act. IT Act will not implement it on me.
Sir, IT Act 66C, it shows that if someone took your identity, then it will consider as a fraud. So
Yeah,
it is identity fraud.
That is identity theft, right? If a person gets your identity and use it for nefarious purpose, that in that context, that act can be applicable.
now let
In
me
this
explain.
case,
Okay.
Yes,
okay, in
that's
this,
what sir told, right? If they will told you like they are from Odisha police and because Odisha police can call you and ask you for the information, they will particularly send you all the details first by mail or any personal like copy. So they can't even call you in video call and ask for the amount and everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is
So
identity.
so listen. In this case, yeah. In this case, do I have shown any ID related to Odisha police? Rahul, you can unmute. I think you are in market. Yeah. Mithali, in this case, I have disclosed any ID related to Odisha police?
Uh, Sir, no. In this case, sir, as you said that one person called and told themselves as a police from Odisha, so that's why I told it's a identification theft. I can
But
go for it.
but
Fraud.
until unless I am not showing any kind of document, because law cannot follow the words, right?
Sir, one more thing. Odisha police or any police in India, as for the law, whatever I studied, they can't even call you in a person and ask for the money or anything
Yes.
that you are charged. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that is correct.
so sir, as for that, I told this is a fraud and we can't trust. Actually, a lot of cases are coming in the market right now, in the social media also I saw about regarding this news. So that's why I told
And
this.
also you have a caller tune for this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, obviously
exactly, sir.
we all are
Every time,
listening that
yeah,
for
every
30
time we
seconds every
call
day.
someone, this message pops up. Yeah, like
Okay,
about digital
tell
arrest
me
message.
what is the mobile, what is the contact number for complaining?
1930.
Correct. 1930. So, what is the overall conclusion of this discussion? That anyhow, if you are a normal people, so you can say that this is a cyber crime, or even previously attack was attack. You cannot say of scam was there. That people are creating fake SIM. Like nowadays, you need to give your biometric for SIM activation. To some in some village area, what the shopkeeper will do, they will ask the people to keep their biometric for 3 and 4 times, and they will activate the SIM and sell it to someone else. Now, when this point came in courtroom, the court is not going to consider this as a cyber crime. Okay, because the person is not being the person. It is not like that I have stolen the fingerprint or I have created a replica of fingerprint. However, it is not possible, but it is some kind of trick or some kind of fraud only. Okay, it is not any kind of cyber crime. Also, well, this is something out of context, but for the knowledge I am sharing, whenever you are going in courtroom with some cyber evidence related to the data, or you can say that the cyber forensic things, so it is not like that you can go with your YSR cloud. Court have a specific tools, and the court will follow the logs and the report of that tool only. Okay, suppose for example, a person A have sent a keylogger into your system and he is tracking for your activity. Now, if you will go to courtroom with your laptop, so court is not going to look into your laptop. Okay. They will send your laptop to cyber branch. They will create a clone, or they will copy all the logs. They will process that log with some specific tools, and the report of that tool only will be considered in courtroom. Okay. So uh, anyhow, if you are going in forensic, cyber forensic, then only you have to deal with these things. But for the knowledge purpose only, also it is not like that. If evidence is against you, that you are guilty. In scenario of cyber crime, you need, even you are the person who would commit the attack, then also you have lots of method to protect yourself. That's why cyber laws are tricky. Suppose I am a black hat hacker. I did hack something. Okay. Suppose any server. Now police will seize my laptop and do the things. In courtroom, I can say that I didn't did that. They seized my laptop. They have done this. On that point, what court will do?
They will do the digital forensic.
Sir,
Yeah, in digital forensic
sir,
also, I can.
sir, if you'll give permission, I can say something.
Yes, sure, sure.
Sir, in that case, they can go, they will first seize the laptop and they will try to check out the IP address when the crime happened. And that time they will go for the digital signature of that person. If that person gave their proper digital signature, then if the person is not guilty also, he has proven as a guilty.
Yeah. And what if I will say that my laptop was acting like a bot?
Sir, on that case, actually, for that purpose, only digital signature is there, and for that we have a code. The code will come to our personal phone or the number, whatever we gave. If that person is able to access your phone as well, and at that time you are also available at that position, or any just imagine you are in a company and someone took your digital signature and he commit any crime, and you have to be guilty on that point if that person is not accepting his mistake.
Yeah. So let me explain you what will happen in real life. With my personal work experience, I am sharing this. Okay. So anyhow, I think this information is not being posted on YouTube, so I am stopping the recording and sharing this to you. Okay.